Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Janae Time. This is Wisdom Wednesday, and today we're going to talk about breakups. I know we've all been there before, and it's tragic, especially when you break up with somebody that you was never together with. It's not even really your man or your girl, but then you got together and you didn't get together, but now y'all broken up because they don't want to talk to you no more. You didn't figure out that they're not on how you can survive this breakup, whether it was a situationship, an actual relationship, or whatever's in between. I want you to survive it, and here's how. Number one, list all the things that made that person unsuitable for you to be with, whether it was cheating or lying or down to the way that they slipped food off of their fork. Whatever weird habits that you can think of, write it all down, make the list as long as you possibly can. Reason being is that there is going to come a time where you miss that person, where you miss being around them, miss their presence. And I want you to go back and read that list and remind yourself of all the reasons why you don't need them in your life anymore. Yeah, I know it sounds mean, but trust me, it works every single time, and no one has to see it but you. Number two, purge. Get rid of all the old texts, the old screenshots, the old phone calls, the social media, the gifts, all that stuff. Get rid of it, because it's impossible for you to heal when you have constant reminders of the thing that broke you. Think of it this way. If you broke your leg skateboarding, you wouldn't go back the next day to the same skating ramp that you broke your leg on. Even if you have a cast on, you still need time for your leg to heal so that you're able to use it again. So take this time to get rid of all of those things. Turn your phone off. Block them if you have to. Get rid of them. It's only going to make you want to go backwards instead of forwards. Me personally, I have exes that I'm friendly with. But that took time, that took years, that took me getting to know myself and having a time period, a time frame where they were not in my life at all. That way I was able to get perspective and move on. And now we can be friendly, we can text, we can follow each other on social media, and they don't affect me anymore. Number three, fill your time with things that help you or heal you. These are things like Bible studies, volunteering, DIY projects, spending time with your family and friends, reading, spending time with God. All these things are going to be great tools to help you heal. Think of it this way. All the time that you spent with that person, maybe it was a date night, or maybe you guys did FaceTime dates every night. Instead of FaceTiming them, FaceTime your friend that you haven't seen in 6 months, that you've been saying for the longest time, we gonna hang out soon, we gonna hang out soon. You're not, but go ahead and do it now, because now you have time. Don't let your space be empty and leave that space open. So now, because you had date night every Thursday, now you're sad. Okay, now make an effort that every Thursday you'll hang out with one of your friends. You'll go by and see your family members. You'll call your grandma because you hadn't talked to her in a couple months. Fill that time with positive things that help you. You know it's positive because it'll be things that you feel comfortable doing in front of people that you respect, like your boss, your pastor, your parents. Tip number 4, express, don't repress. Do not repress your emotions. However you feel, let it out. Just make sure it's in a positive way. Create art, write, read, sing, create DIY projects, do arts and crafts. Some people even go to the gym and get into boxing and things like that. However you can express your feelings, do it. The more you try to bottle it in and keep it to yourself and I don't want to bother anybody, no. Let it out, sis. Let it out, bro. Call somebody and talk. Schedule an online therapy appointment and get whatever you're feeling out, because you are entitled to your feelings. You are entitled to those things. Don't ever let anybody tell you, regardless of if you're at fault or not in the situation, tell you that you are not allowed to express those emotions however you feel. Trust me, it'll help. Tip number 5, I call this the do not list. These are all the things that you should not do when you're trying to get over a breakup. do not start dating. I don't know why people say, get back up on the horse. What horse? There is no horse. And you don't want to fill your hands or your hole. Fill your hands or your hole. Fill your hands or your holes with anything else while you're trying to heal. Because all it's going to do is attempt to numb the situation and not help it. Do not increase habits that numb. If you're a person who likes to drink or smoke, cool. Don't increase those habits. Don't increase things that numb, like sex, drugs, alcohol, bad spending habits. All those things create more problems, which is going to create more stress, which is going to prolong the healing, because then you have to forgive yourself for the things that you've done, and then the person who did those things to you, and it's a perpetual cycle that you do not want to be in. Do not talk bad about this person. I don't care what they say about you. You know, your mutual friends are talking to their mutual friends. Don't get involved. Don't respond. The more you bicker back and forth, whether it's through to each other or through other people, only prolongs the control they have over you. You don't want that. Do not bicker back and forth, whether it's to them or through a third party. That will only prolong the healing that you're trying to attain. Let it go. Let them say whatever they want to say about you. You don't respond. Typically, the loudest person in the room is the person with the least amount of knowledge and the least amount of money. Facts. And last but not least, do not say if it's meant to be, it'll be. Because here's the thing, spoiler, it wasn't meant to be. If that person did not respect you enough to know your boundaries and not cross them, they didn't want to fight for you and your relationship, or they didn't even want to be in the relationship with you, trust me, it was on purpose. Don't get caught up in the hype, the fairy tale hype that we're all sold through Disney movies. It's not true. Don't tell yourself these lies in hopes that you will get back together with this person. You should be grateful and thankful that they've left your life, because if they had the audacity to leave, you didn't need them in the first place. So here are a couple bonus tips just to help anybody else, and they're not always applicable in every single situation, which is why I didn't add them to the initial 5 tips. So one of the things, make a healing goal. Create in your mind, or tell your accountability partner or friend or a family member that a year from now, I want to fill in the blank. Maybe that might mean that you're able to say their name without wanting to throw up. Even that, create a goal in mind so that you're able to have something to strive for, and you can tell, and that way you can tell when you've made progress. If possible, change your schedule outside of work. Typically, we all are creatures of habit, and we get in a routine of doing the same things on the same days at the same times. If you can, switch it up a little bit. That little bit of shift in your day or in your week will make a big difference in your attitude and mood, because our bodies get used to doing different things, and we don't even pay attention to the fact that we've been in a rut for weeks. So when you shift up your schedule, you change up your body, and your body is then awake, and you're able to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of something is new. Sometimes we're doing something new, but our brains didn't catch up yet. Shift your schedule, change it around, do something a little bit different that you've never done, and see how that works for you. Last tip, and probably my most favorite tip, write a list of 50 things that you like about you. Once you get through talking about how nice your hair is, how nice your smile is, and how you be beating that face, make sure you add things like you're kind, you love to help homeless people, you're very generous, you're a great listener. It doesn't matter how big or how small the thing is. This helps to remind you that you are worthy, that you are worth it, and it keeps your mind from going to those negative thoughts, those negative what ifs, and if it's meant to be, and I wish they would have. No, you are enough, period. And last tip, remember that God loves you. He's not putting you through this out of punishment, or because he doesn't like you, or because he doesn't love you. This is happening to you because there is something that you need to learn. Ask him what that is and actually learn that lesson. Apply it to your life and use it in the long run. Ask him what direction he would have you to go, what pivot you need to have after experiencing this trauma. Trust me, I know breakups are not easy by any means for anybody. So take your time, take it slow. The best thing that you can do is be open and honest, not only with yourself, but with him, the one who made you, because he knows already how to fix it. Thank you so much for watching this, and there are ways that you can participate in Wisdom Wednesdays from at home. So here's how. Of course, you can like, you can comment, and you can subscribe and tell a friend. But you can also submit questions for Wisdom Wednesday that you want me to answer right on my website, myjanaetime.com, or head on to my IG. I always put a poll in my Instagram story that you can type in a question, and maybe I'll answer it right here on Janae Time. See you next time.